Happy Thanksgiving! Hopefully I can get this out by Thanksgiving. It'll probably be late. Now this is a film called Rogue Element. And it is by The Critical Drinker. And we're going to watch it. Now it's like a short film. It's only 42 minutes long. But I'm going to review it. 'Cause that's what I do. What the? That's cool. I remember when The Critical Drinker, he had just a wee little channel with only 1 million subs. Taught him everything he knows, just so you know. Alright, I better pause this because I'm not really a fast reader. In 2001, the CIA's Special Activities Division authorized the formation of a new highly classified unit composed of elite military veterans. Its mission was to find and retrieve high-value assets from deep behind enemy lines. If killed or captured, the CIA would deny all knowledge of their existence. They bore no insignia, held no title, and answered to no name. For the select few who knew of them, they came to be known as shepherds. Now, all of this is based off of his book series, which I haven't read at all. He's a fellow YouTuber, just with a massive channel, just so you know, and he reviews movies and, you know, Hollywood, you know, just movies and stuff. I don't think he reviews games. I can't. He has reviewed a few games here and there, but mostly movies. A Care Flag Entertainment production. Man, 42 minutes. That's like a really... I guess you can do it. That's a really short time, though. I wonder what this is going to be like. Well, you guys start off with a guy beating a chick. We're off on the right foot. Got some kind of mark on his arm. Rogue Elements. I'm so excited. Now, I'm going to be honest about this. I'm a fan of Drinkers. Big fan. Him and Mahler helped inspire my channel. You know. And so, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give my honest review. I'm nobody, by the way. I don't have any credentials. I'm just a loser on YouTube. Take my word with a grain of salt. Just a fan. I mean, I'd say, I don't know, maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. I mean, she's pretty hot. Republic of... Wait, I missed it. No! Go back. I'm so bad. What is it? Where are we? I missed it. Republic of Estonia, near the Russian border. If you're ever going to cast bad guys, you always have to use the Russians. They're like the go-to ones. They just make such great villains.
I can't stay here any longer. They're onto me.
Oh boy.
Were you followed?
I don't think so.
Try harder, Ivan.
What about my wife and child?
Right now, you're the priority.
No, that was not our deal.
This guy looks like a less doped up version of Bruce Banner. You know, the guy who plays Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo. And the other guy, yeah, this guy right here, doesn't he kind of look like Mark Ruffalo, but not as like mentally ill? This guy almost looks like Gavin Newsom. Whoa. That's not the drinker right there, was it? I don't think that was him. He's got more hair than that. Drinker, if you ever watch my stuff, is that him right there? I hear the Drinker has a cameo in this. I'm gonna be looking everywhere for it. You'll probably never watch my stuff because I just have the itty bitty channel. But if you ever watch this, I'm sorry. I meant no offense. It's hard to tell because he always has his shades on when he is in YouTube, does his videos.
I do know where your family's hidden.
Fuck you. Just do it, you fucking pussy.
There's the evil stare.
You have information that I need.
So far, we're 5 minutes into this. Stuff is going on. Stuff is going down. The bad guys have taken over. They've taken the hostage. Looks like this hostage guy was paying someone or had some kind of arrangements with these guys who are protecting him. Bad guys show up, take him anyway. It's looking okay so far. I think that the camera shots and the way that it's all filmed, like it doesn't look like it was made in some back end of India or something like that. I mean, it looks, fairly decent. I wonder how much it cost to make this. With the acting, we'll see. This bad guy's not too bad so far. What you gonna do, lady? Oh, she just... I guess she was trying to hit that other guy. He just walked right in front of the major bad guy. Well, you missed bad, didn't you? Yeah, that was... Oh, I gotta watch that again. Hold on a second. So this guy... It's like, if you're gonna be a professional sniper, he was in the shot. You would have seen him. You would have waited for him to walk across. She's a really bad shot. When they were shooting at her, what you need is a few of those things in the wall behind her that explode, that makes it look like, gunshots are hitting the wall, so that makes it look like she's under fire. And it's fine. That was kind of cool. I'm always weary of these girl boss moments. These girl boss moments where they're just super tough. Not that you can't have them, but it's got to make sense. So far, this one's okay. I wonder why she did that. Why didn't she just shoot him? She had a gun.
You're wasting it.
Do you know something? I believe you. I've seen many men piss their pants in moments like this. And I remember one time a man who actually shit himself, believe it or not.
That's not the drinker right there, is it? I don't know what his face looks like. I'm trying to recall. He always wears his glasses. I've seen him without his face. And he doesn't have a beard this big. This guy kind of looks like him, though, doesn't it? That's not him, though. Is that him?
Like my father used to always say, there are very few problems that can't be solved.
He's got more hair than this. that's what's taking me back. And he's a little bit slimmer, this... Unless you put on a little weight for the role.
With a good, sturdy hammer. Our CIA Shepherd teams infiltrated a maximum security prison on Russian territory. Malice.
Malice?
Now this person, all I want to know is the name of the man who led this mission.
This guy's acting isn't too bad. Some of the other ones so far, I haven't seen much. They haven't been anything that stuck out to me, but so far this guy's been the best one.
Well, I guess we're in for a long night.
I'm going to find out soon enough.
That would have been the perfect opportunity for a joke. Like, I get this is serious, and these are probably military men, so they're not thinking that. And I know it's not a Marvel movie or anything, but that would have been the perfect opportunity for this guy to endear him to us a little bit, and for him to just basically tell this guy to, suck his balls or something.
Don't say a goddamn word.
You gotta take his thing off. There you go.
Ryan Drake. The man you're looking for is Ryan Drake.
Ryan Drake, that's the main guy of the book series, I think. This guy's pissed. He's like, man, you squealed.
Ryan Drake. Thank you.
Woo! I was hoping he would do that. I was thinking to myself, man, if this guy's gonna be a legit villain, now execute him. Show us he means business. I'm glad he did that. That's good. You gonna shoot this guy too? No, why leave him alive? He was unwilling to talk. 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 He was unwilling to talk
Just gonna stand there like an asshole?
Looks like you've got it covered.
She's pretty hot.
I was in the middle of something.
Don't worry. Whoever your latest victim is, I'm sure will be tied up in your dungeon.
Ooh, what does that mean? What, is she some kind of dominatrix?
Why'd you bring this fucking asshole in?
They have failed miserably. The price of American arrogance.
It's all Trump's fault. So he did kill that guy. He killed him brutally too. Because I was thinking, I was like, okay, it's good that he shot the first guy, but he leaves the second guy alive. That seemed kind of like a dumb movie villain mistake. But no, okay, he wanted them to watch. He brutally kills him. Ooh, that's rough. So these guys were buddies. They were friends. Yeah, he was something special to him.
Right, he knows your name. Who the hell is this guy?
The agency doesn't have anything on him.
So this is the main guy, not this guy. This guy looks like he's doped up. But the other guy, Drake or whatever, what was it, Ryan Drake?
Boss.
Eystein's team was tasked with retrieving this man. Ivan Fedorov.
Since one of the Baltic states harbor terrorists.
Since they joined NATO, pro-Russian factions have been agitating ever since the articles were signed.
But according to Fedorov, things are changing. If he's right, they're powerful enough to destabilize the entire region.
And push them towards Russia instead.
Because they need to know how badly they've been compromised.
Exactly.
Dietrich, we can't just start dropping bombs on friendly countries.
Never stopped us before.
The Estonians have to be on our side for this one, right?
Now, corruption's an issue in that part of the world.
Some of this dialogue. Listen. I'm a simple man. You're throwing a lot at me. I'm a very humble person. I'm a very simple guy. You gotta use small words. I feel a little lost right now. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. They sent spies over here to this place. Bad guy Russian kills him. Tries to find out this guy's name. I'm getting a little lost here. It's like, this was their friend. He killed him. There's this operation going on. Maybe I should do a better job of paying attention, but let's see.
Does this look like headquarters to you?
Just shut the fuck up!
Besides, Dan could
No,
have...
like, see that line right there too. I don't know if it's her acting or if it's the script. There's not a lot of chemistry going on between these three right now. They're not really gelling, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's trying to. I don't know if that's the actor's fault or what.
chosen half a dozen other teams for this mission. Did you make this happen? You got your old war buddy to sign off on this?
Hastings was our friend.
Find Fedorov and get the fuck out in one piece. Frost, I need everything you can dig up in the building. Blueprints, electrical layouts, the works.
Find Fedorov. Was that the guy who just got his head? No. Who are they talking about? Fedorov. Is that the bad guy? That they need to find him and kill him?
I'll do what I can. The 2 hours is pushing it.
Better hope this isn't a trap. Because if those assholes don't kill you, I will.
The only people dying today are those
What? Are these guys? Who is this guy? I thought I was going off the assumption. I keep looking over there because my window's open and like night is falling and stuff. But I'm it's Thanksgiving. I'm cooking, so it's like hot in here and stuff. And so I got the breeze going. Anyways, I keep hearing noises over there too. I was going off the assumption that these guys were all like old war buddies or something, you know? He's threatening to kill him. Wait, he just said he was his old friend. This guy right here wasn't the guy who got brutally killed in the thingamajiggy. Wasn't this his friend too? What really would have worked is after all of them, you know, they're like taking the piss out of each other, and then after they all saw that video of the guy getting killed, they both look at this guy right here and they're like, what's the plan? Like, how are we going to get revenge, basically? But there was a lot of banter back and forth that I just kind of got lost in. I was like, wait, what are they talking about?
Fuck us.
Why is he threatening him? What's their relationship? I wonder how he took that shot. The only way you could do this is in like a freaking helicopter or something. And I wonder how much this costs. Or drone. You gotta move faster than that, buddy. They're all there. So we got a mission going. I wasn't a huge fan of that scene here in this old place out here in this field. I wasn't a huge fan of this scene right here. But we got a mission going. From what I can tell, some stuff is going down somewhere over here in Russia or whatever. And this a-hole just killed their friend, and they're gonna go take him out. And I don't know, to save the world or something? I got kind of lost. I don't know. Who the hell is this?
Vitaly that Konstantin is here. Got held up at border checkpoint, but better late than never, huh? I was told to come here. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, was that the guy who's on their team? I didn't recognize him with the glasses. He's distracting him. Okay. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Hey, think you got that guy back there? Keep your mind on the mission. It's my ass in there too.
Oh, she's losing brownie points. Don't get all nasty. They've got to have cameras. I don't know. If you would do, like, hack into the camera system, wouldn't you do that from outside? Like, remotely, you know, with, like, super-duper technology? Because as they're walking up and shooting people in the yard, surely there's cameras out there too, right? And what about the guards at the gate? I'm thinking they're going to turn around and see those dead bodies, because they didn't get rid of the dead bodies. So he would have noticed, I think, by now. It's like, oh, crap, we got a couple of people out there shooting our guys. But you're inside now of this warehouse or wherever they're at, and disabling, I'm assuming that's what she's doing, disabling the cameras?
I'm working on it, Bravo. This place is
Or
a
maybe
fucking maze.
she's doing something else. Maybe she's not disabling the cameras. That's just what my mind jumped to. Is she just getting a bird's eye view of everything? And so she's directing him?
Clear to move.
They need to show their comms. They don't have any comms, though. Like, they have nothing in their ears. They don't have any communications. How are they hearing each other?
You have the target?
We are close. We should have him by tonight. Brought us Drake, and Drake will bring us her. I swear it.
He's one man. The guys can handle him.
So far, we're halfway into it. We're at 20 minutes. This isn't bad. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what happens. I think the music is hitting very well. The only thing with the music is when it was that opening scene and this kind of epic music went on a little too long. But really the music's been spot on this whole time. I think it's fit every scene. The background music feels, you know, like it's not overbearing or anything, but it's keeping up this pace and this expectancy. And everything looks like it's filmed very well. Like, it doesn't look choppy. One thing I hate is this stupid shaky cam stuff, and they haven't done any of that. There's a lot of them in there. Oh, he does have something in his ear.
Alpha.
Is he gonna go in there and John Wick every one of them? He sure is. That was cool. These action scenes aren't bad. I mean, they're flowing pretty well. They're not super, like, you know, Hollywood level high qualities. But I say that, there's some action scenes in Hollywood. You know, this is better than them. And it's all practical. And there's not really much shaky cam or anything like that. Except for the effects of, like, the head exploding when it's shot. You know, things like that. Most of the stuff you see nowadays is just CGI gobbledygook.
Into sit rep.
There are rats in the building. Do you think you can handle that?
What the heck? That's weird. Here's the discount. Mark Ruffalo.
Bravo. Got the package.
Copy.
She seems pissed off all the time.
Alpha, there may be a rogue element in play here.
Fuck. Stick to the plan.
So she wasn't disabling any cameras or
comfort me.
anything. He was just
Please.
directing him to where the hostage was.
You have to save my family. My family!
What are you doing here, Anna?
You're getting sloppy, Ryan. I expected more from you. Do not get in my way.
Oh my god.
My family.
What the hell?
My family.
Dude, shut up. No one cares about your family. What the hell was all that? It looked like the earth was exploding. Was that like a flashback? That was the girl we saw in the very beginning. The, 6 out of 10 chick. So he rescued her from that thingamajiggy? You should probably get him out of there.
And I'll find your family.
Is he Australian?
You have my word.
How would the hostage know, though? He's gonna go kick some ass.
Nazis one of these.
No, I don't believe in guns.
Mark Ruffalo. Beta!
You better start, because the people in here do.
Oh, okay. That's a good line. I like that. That's a good line. See, you need these one-liners every now and then, these kind of banger one-liners. That's a good line. That's the best line so far. He hands him the gun and says, well, you better start, because the people in here do. They do believe in guns. A good line. It's already daytime. How long they been in there? Oh, there he was! That was him! That's the drinker right there! Look! Look! That's him! Yeah, that's him! You can tell! Man, you really... Great acting, buddy! Well done! Look. 10 out of 10 for acting. You get the Oscar nomination in this one. Well done.
I saw them setting operations in this area.
Okay, so they got people are coming in. That was a little weird right there with all of them just standing there like that out in the open, like they were waiting. I feel like maybe some of them should have been around like cover. Go all John Wick.
Oh, to hell with this.
Damn, there he is. Damn. Not afraid to take those risks. You will never see something like that in a Hollywood movie nowadays. She would have grabbed him, broke both of his arms, and thrown him off the roof if it was any Hollywood movie nowadays. Thank God that didn't happen, because that scenario right there worked out about how you might expect it to in a real life situation.
Many powerful people in my country want you to answer for your crimes.
Well, they can get in line.
So, I did figure out Malice, or whatever that Russian guy's pronouncing, is the code name for Mr. What is it? I want to say Jack Reacher. What's this guy's name again? I have only said it a few times. Well, this fella. And so this fella right here, Mr. John Wick, must have messed up. The Russian country have labeled him as like, he's a bad dude. He's a really bad dude. And so the bad guy wanted to find out who he is. I want to know how he got that video sent to him, though. Like, how did the good guys get that video? There's no way. He looks like a bad guy, doesn't he? He just has that face. He pulls off a good bad guy. He has said hardly nothing. But he looks like a bad guy. Oh, she cut him. Right on the face. Someone's in here now. So is this where the whole rogue element thing comes in? There's like a third player in the game. Who is this? Spider-Man? Some guy in a mask. It's the Scarecrow. Oh my god. Okay. It's the chick from the beginning. There's no way. Come on. He's not only 3 times her size, he's on top of her. He's got all the leverage. She should be dead. She should be dead. Not really, satisfied. Because what you could have done a little bit different is you could have had him beating the hell out of her, and then he walks over to the window, and maybe he says that line about, like, hey, I haven't even been trying, but it's like, I need to speed things up, and then he pulls out his gun, in other words, like, signifying he's just been toying with her, but now he's serious, so he pulls out her gun, she's lying on the ground, and then he gets shot through the window. But him kneeling over her with the leverage and being as big as he is, and her still being able to hold him off, no, I don't see that.
Just want to make it sweat.
Bravo to Alpha, rooftop secure. What's your...
Or you could have kept him around as a villain. Like, she could have been running and stuff, and then this guy on the outside shoots him, and it hits him in the shoulder or something, and then he has to retreat, and then we have this conflict going now, and then we see him later on. I don't know. She should have, like, all kinds of black eyes and, like, bleeding to hell, too.
Charlie, I'm going back down for Alpha.
Bravo.
All headshots. They're good shots. I swear, if I see another one of these guys and it's the drinker, it's like a clone in a video game. They just keep getting replenished every now and then. You see a duplicate one. Every 5 or so of these guys, it's the drinker and he just gets headshot. Oh. God damn, he's got a missile launcher. Oh my god. Yeah, she'd be out. She'd be way out. That explosion wasn't super impressive. So far, the combat's been good, though. I mean, it's not, again, been mind-blowing, but I'm entertained. Like, I'm interested, and it hasn't been bad. What has he got, a hammer? Is that this guy's secret weapon? A hammer. He's carrying around a hammer. Did he just hit him with that hammer in his head? Is that what he's got?
You're making this too easy.
One blow from that thing. He's got a hammer. I swear he just hit him dead on in the head. He would be out. I would have gone with a different choice, though. It's not that a hammer isn't effective. It just looks weak. Like, give him a big hammer. Give him, like, a makeshift hammer. I know this isn't the MCU. But give him something different. Give him a machete. Or give him, like, a baseball bat, Just holding a little hammer that you could pick up at Home Depot. It just doesn't look very intimidating. Oh, he's got the hammer now. Whoever has the hammer wins.
Stand up.
He had a gun? He had a gun that whole time? Why didn't he use it?
How many good men are dead because of Hastings, because of her?
Shut the fuck up.
This guy, not this guy.
I can tell you all this is leading.
This guy right here is a decent actor. I mean, he's not the best, but so far I've been most impressed with his performance.
If you pull the trigger.
The chick, the black-haired chick, she's easy on the eyes, but she's got some work to do.
You and I are gonna have a long chat.
Step aside, Ryan.
What?
You're gonna shoot me, aren't you?
I've killed better men for less.
Wasn't he the one who saved you? But didn't she just get hit with a missile? You know what? I take it back. Not a 6 out of 10. Maybe more like on a good day, like a 5. With that face, no. It was the angle, okay? I take it back. I'm not a huge fan of these two chicks who have been in here. They started off okay. Oh yeah, maybe a 5 on a good day.
He'll answer for what he's done.
Why wouldn't Mr. Hero here want him dead too? He just watched the guy with the hammer beat his friend on the video. So his argument is we can get information out of him. I guess that makes sense. He's trying to put aside his hatred and his vengeance so that he can use the bad guy instead and, you know, interrogate him. I guess that makes sense.
Alpha, do you read me? Alpha.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I look like he tortured her. He was the same guy who had the mark on his arm, the tattoo, which when they zoomed in it at the beginning, I was wondering, like, why would that be significant? What are they going to do with that? I don't remember a scene when they first introduced this bad Russian guy where maybe they did and I just wasn't paying attention, but I wish there was a scene. Maybe there was. Like when he was torturing these two guys at the beginning, after this part with her, and he was torturing those guys, and they zoomed in on the tattoo that was on his arm, like in this scene here when he's torturing him. I don't ever remember that happening. Like what they should have done is had him walk over to the counter and pick up that hammer, and when he goes and picks it up, it zooms in on the tattoo that's on his hand, just like it zoomed in on it here at the beginning of him beating her, and we now can see, this is the same guy. But I don't remember them doing that. I don't know how I feel about her killing him. It seemed like his choice was kind of making sense to me. It's like, okay, this guy's like a major guy. He has intel they need, and it's for the greater good to leave him alive. But then he just kind of steps aside and lets her kill him. But we don't really know much about her right now. We don't know why she was being tortured. Did they work together? She sure didn't mind the idea of just shooting and killing this guy. Maybe a line, like a throwaway line, would have been, you know, helpful here. Like if she looked at this guy and she was like, you know how he tortured me. You know how many months I was there. You know what he did to my family or something like that. You know, to let us know. I mean, we did see her getting tortured, but I don't know. I don't know if he should have let her kill him like that.
Amir.
Oh, thank you. What about you?
So what are we going to do now? Both of the major bad guys are dead.
Where
I guess we're coming to an end.
Better watch your back, Alpha.
He just seems a little pissy and irritated all the time. You know?
We should leave.
Now, I don't know how this ends, obviously, because it's my first time watching it. But what this is desperately going to need, not desperately, but what it's going to need is a really good hook to draw me toward the books. You know, like a cliffhanger.
What are you doing here, Anya?
Why do you care, Ryan?
We're finished here.
No, we're a long fucking way from being finished. What would Volkov have told me about you, if he lived?
That's a good question. Maybe you shouldn't have let her shoot him.
Goodbye, Ryan.
She shouldn't have said it with her helmet on. She should have said goodbye, Ryan, before she put the helmet on. It looked a little cheesy with her trying to say it through the mask like that. That's a funny shot. That's a funny shot. Look at that face. Come on, don't do that. Why would you end on this shot? He's the one who saved her, right? We got that from the other scene? Yeah, it was him. We saw that in the other flashback. When the one where the world was exploding or something like that?
Maris, it's alright.
So she's Malice? And it was never him to begin with? And we're done. I thought there'd be maybe 5 more minutes. Oh, do we have after credits? Let's see how it ends. Oh, that's my name. Travis. Directed by Travis. I did this. Full credit goes to me. And it was written... Oh, Will Jordan is the critical drinker.
Here you go again.
Good song at the end. Good choice of music. Really good music. This is the kind of music I like. This is a great ending song. Who's the song guy? It sounds like 3 Days Grace or something. Here we go. Music by Maxim O.C. Powell. Oh man, that's good. I'm gonna Maxim Osa Powell and check out his music. I'll give my final thoughts. I'll give my final thoughts in a second. We have an end credit scene.
Speak. The operation was not successful.
Isn't that a Chinese guy? They shouldn't have zoomed out of that guy's face. I think I've seen this actor before somewhere. This is not a Russian guy, is he? I was expecting someone. He doesn't look super tough. They should have kept that zoomed in to his face, to his nose right there, so we never really see his face. That way he seems mysterious. I was picturing some bald dude with like one eye and something, you know?
This better be worth my time.
Marcus. It's not every day the head of the FSB comes calling. Anya. We need to talk about her.
Onion. That scene right there went on a little too long, I think. Like, you could have shortened that one down a bit. Just leave the camera on his face close up, because the actual guy himself does not look like a villain. He doesn't look very impressive. And then, you know, he could have got that phone call. It's like, hey, your guys are dead. And then this Russian dude is like, understood. And then he hangs up the phone, and then you get a zoom in on the phone. And he calls this other guy, and this other guy picks up, and maybe he says something like, you know, like the moment the other guy on the other end picks up the phone, the first thing out of his mouth, he could say something like, you got a job for me? You know, and then this big bad guy at the end, Victor or whatever, could be like, yeah, I do. Your new target is, and then say the name. I keep forgetting this guy's name. What was his name? I haven't read the books. This guy right here, though, the hero of the story. You could have had Victor here at the end, been like, yeah, your target's name is, and then say this guy, and then cut out the scene immediately. I think that banter, that phone call, it kind of felt a little too casual there, you know, as for this end credit thing. Still, it's something, you know, it's, you know, like a kind of a cliffhanger. It's good ending. Good. Even this right here isn't bad. I mean, I know it's just the end credits, but music matters. Music is very important, you know? And this music here at the ending is good. Let's skip ahead through these, though, and check out this end scene. You have 2 end credit scenes. This guy's gonna bring up his family again. What do you want to bet?
Glad to see you, mate.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to figure out.
Good to see you. This is the same day, isn't it? They're all in their gear and stuff. Maybe he didn't know if he made it out alive?
We're gonna have a talk on the way home.
So, what do you think she's planning next?
In the meantime, got a promise to keep.
That's it. Backers, look at all these people. Look at all these people. Are these other YouTubers who have sewn into the Critical Drinkers stuff? I wonder if, because I watch a lot of those guys, I wonder if I recognize any names. Maybe it's just independent people. Maybe it's his subscribers. Or, no, it wouldn't be his subscribers, because he'd have to list millions of them. But does he have like a Patreon or something? Just people who have backed him. It's crazy how much effort it takes to just do 45 minutes. It wasn't even, it was really 35 minutes. 35 minutes short film. And this is based on his books. He's got a lot of backers. It's all based on his books. And this goes on for a while. So that's it. What are my overall thoughts of this one? Well, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was bad. I think it was pretty decent for what it was. It was this proof of concept kind of thingamajiggy. TV series proof of concept. I don't know why you'd call it that unless he plans to do more of these. But it's based on his books, and it's like a story, I guess, that's a part of his books, and it kind of exposes you to the world of this guy. And I thought it was fine, and I thought it even probably excelled more because based off of, just what it took to do. I heard it took 2 years to put this together and then 1 week of filming. I don't know how much it costs, but I thought it did some things good and some other things not so good. So here's my overall kind of what I'm thinking. The good stuff is it was all shot very well. It didn't look choppy. I've seen movies, some in the freaking MCU, some from Warner Brothers. I mean, some of these movies, man, and the way they do the camera, and it's like they shake it. Like they'll take the camera and they'll shake it, and they'll shake the hell out of it, and you're just trying to watch it, and you're just having a seizure, and it's just like, can you just stop? And they do that, either A, because they're retarded, or B, I guess because it's emulating stress or whatever. There wasn't any of this. So the danger in that is that whenever you're shaking the hell out of the camera, since you can't see anything that's going on, you can get away with choppy fight scenes and stuff. And that's why they do it. The fight scenes are crap and they look stupid, so they'll shake the camera like crazy, so you can't make anything out. And it looks fine then. Well, there was none of this in that. And yet still, I thought the combat, which it had quite a bit of, came across pretty well. I did enjoy the combat. I enjoyed the camera work. I thought it all went very smooth. I thought it was all shot very well too. It didn't look cheap to me. It looked, there were some scenes, man. I mean, most of it looks like a high budget film. It didn't look cheap. It doesn't look like some kind of shoddy indie movie that was filmed on some rickety-dink camera or something. So it all looked very well polished. The action I thought was very passable. There was a lot of action going on throughout it. There were, good fights. There was a lot of headshots in there. There were a couple things I wasn't super happy about. This bad guy here. And I wish we had kind of seen more of him because he just kind of smirks for a while and then beats the hell out of her. He has her pinned down and then she kicks him and he gets shot with a bullet. And it made sense more or less, but I don't know. I wasn't overly fond of that. Maybe because I'm not overly fond of her character. She was okay in the beginning, but she was just getting a bit too snarky and annoying towards the end here, which is saying something since there was only 35 minutes. She wasn't the worst thing in the world. I've seen worse, way worse. And it was nice that she wasn't this absolute complete badass. Like, you could tell that she was definitely struggling. So that made it more human and stuff. I think if you gave her a black eye and more blood around the mouth and just kind of made her, look less dolled up by the end of that fight, she'd be getting a little bit more respect. But, it was something. And I thought these other fights with this main guy were pretty good. Like when he went in this room and saved this guy, discount Mark Ruffalo here, and he saved him. I thought that was pretty decent. In fact, this room entrance here, when he comes in the room, it may be the best fight throughout this whole short film series thing here. And he's going all John Wick on them. It's probably the best one. Better than in the warehouse here and the lights turn red and stuff. I wasn't sure how I felt about this chick showing up here at the end. It was okay. I mean, she did throw in that gas thing and she's wearing the helmet and stuff. So for her to be able to do that stuff and kill a few guys while they're like paralyzed through the gas, it wasn't too, I thought it was okay. It's like, all right, fine. But I don't know how I feel at this ending scene here. I don't know. I think the weakest thing about this short film, which makes perfect sense when you think about it, is the characters. And I don't feel connected with any of these characters. And that makes perfect sense because you only had about 35 minutes of screen time with each of them on there. you have these three, and it's a smart move to keep the casting here very small. So it's not like a huge cast to where it's very bloated. But with just such a short time limit, I don't feel overly invested in any of them. And for the few scenes that I get with them, it doesn't seem like these guys have much chemistry. Now, that could be due to the actors. Maybe they're just bad actors. I didn't think they were particularly good actors. I thought the main guy was okay. I thought he was decent throughout most of it, but then there were a few times where his acting kind of slipped a little bit. His opening scene, especially this opening scene when this guy threatened him with a knife, he needed a little bit better opening scene. Like when he walks in here and he just shows up in the car and just starts chatting, I feel like he needed, I don't know, maybe like more of a badass opening scene with our main character, you know, or something like that to get us a little bit more sold on him. I think the best actor in this whole thing was this guy right here. He wasn't perfect either, but I thought he was better than everyone else. So, yeah, I just didn't feel like I had really enough time to really connect with any of these people. And that's why I think, like, this one black-haired chick, she would have been probably pretty decent in a 2-hour-long movie. But in this short time period here, she just, like, some of her actions, she just seems like annoyed to be here the whole time. And the snarkiness just comes across a little too strong there by the end of it. And we don't know why. Why is she so pissed off all the time? And this other girl, like, this really is a tease. This whole thing feels like a much longer extended trailer for his book series. And it was a good trailer. You know, it was a good short film. It, you know, it had a plot, you know, through it, and, you know, start to finish, and character motivations and all that stuff. But it just falls a bit short when it comes to just me being able to connect to some of these guys. And the other weak thing that I've got here is I was having a little difficulty with the plot, especially in this scene here. Really, yeah, the torture scene. I was up through the torture scene, and he was talking about this organization and stuff. But I was kind of tuning in and out. I was like, okay, what are they talking about? And then in this scene here, the dialogue needs to be rewritten in this. It needs to be cut down and simplified for idiots like me. And, you know, we needed, I don't know, just something like he shows up. There's banter between this guy and the black-haired chick. You can tell they don't like each other. Maybe have this guy, you know, he's standing there smoking, and she's there. She's doing something. She's unloading something and moving stuff around. I didn't like the chemistry there. And he shows up. I don't know. That just needs some of the dialogue there. You know, there's banter between the two of them. He shows up. Maybe doesn't say anything. Maybe all he says is something like, we've got a new mission. And they're kind of looking at him like, what? Really? We haven't been on a mission together in however long, or why in the world? What do you mean we've got a new mission and stuff? And he doesn't say anything and sits down the laptop and then just shows the video, and then you just see it. Their expressions all over their face. They don't say anything. They just see this guy getting killed. And then they both kind of look at this guy. I forget his name for the life of me. If they said it only like once. If you're gonna have a main character, you gotta say his name a few more times for me to get it. But you know, maybe after they watch the video, now all of a sudden their demeanor's changed, and they just both look at each other, and then they look at him and they say, "What's the mission?" Like their whole tone has changed, and they're down, and they realize now, like, okay, no, we're on board. And then he you know, spends a couple minutes doing this. I felt like what he was saying was a little overcomplicated for a simpleton like me. Like, all he had to say was like, you know, there's this group, this organization called Hydra, or whatever you want to call them. You know, they're arms dealers, and they're killing people, and they've done this and that and this and that. And Agent so-and-so here, and Agent, his partner so-and-so, these two guys who were tortured, spied him out, got kidnapped, and now the agency is sending us in to clean up the mess and bring in the big bad guy alive and bring in intel on him. That's all. You just say that, and you can say that in like 2 or 3 minutes, But I just didn't get that. Like, it seemed overly complicated. He was mentioning all these places and all these names and these trades and stuff, and I just kind of got lost in it. And then, you know, maybe she's real pissed off and she leaves and says, "All right, I'm gonna get work. I'll get the plane ready by morning." And then maybe this guy just walks over to the main character and says something like, maybe he asks him something like, "Hey, so the orders are to bring him in alive? Are we really doing that?" And then maybe this main character just kind of looks at this guy and he doesn't say anything. And so as an audience, we're all thinking, okay. And then you do that flashback that you showed of him doing the box and stuff and showing that oh, they're friends. And maybe within that flashback, it kind of bleeds into another flashback at the same time. And maybe it shows these three and that other guy, all four of them, like sitting around a dinner table, laughing and sharing drinks and stuff. So we all know now very clearly, they were all very close. And then this last conversation between these two, and this guy asks him something like, "Are we really bringing him in alive?" And if he doesn't say anything, then it kind of brings us intrigue. It's like, oh, their new mission is to go and capture this guy, but they want him dead. Are they going to try to kill him? You know, so and something like that, something a little bit simpler. I just got kind of lost in here. It wasn't horrible, but man, as they were talking and stuff, I just kind of tuned out. I didn't understand a few of their choices either. Like, why did this guy pull out a knife? He's like, "They're all gonna die or I'm gonna kill you." It's like, what? And in that flashback sequence, what you could do is you could do like a mini triple flashback, and you could show the very first flashback as these three and the fourth guy all lining up and, like, I don't know, in boot camp together, or, you know, in front of their sergeant. And so it would tell us how they're all connected and stuff. Because I don't know if they said it. I don't know if they said that these are ex-army guys. I'm just kind of going off that assumption. Did they ever say that? I don't know. I haven't read the books. I don't know who any of these people are. So I'm assuming that they were on all like a unit together or something. They worked together in the past. So that's, a few complaints here and there. It all looked good, though. When she came in here, I thought I guess she was just coordinating with them. What they needed was a ground zero. Whenever they first got to this facility, they needed to all meet like a mile outside and then go over the plan very quickly. He's like, "Okay, guys, get together. Let's go over what we're going to do." And kind of gives us this layout. I don't know if they had the budget to do that. There's a couple different ways you could do that. You can do it as like this back and forth thing, like as he's standing there on the side in the woods or whatever talking, and as he's laying out the plan, they actually show the scenes of that happening and unfolding, as this talking, so it's like showing us what they're planning to do, and we're actually seeing it in real time. Or, if you kept it short enough, you could just have them just lay out the plan and then just show everything. But they chose, we don't really know what the plan was. So when, I didn't even know why they were there. I knew they wanted revenge, but I was just thinking, like, are they trying to capture that guy? Are they trying to kill him? What's happening? And then when she went around the corner here, I thought, oh, she must be disabling the cameras, because she opened up her laptop and then immediately it cut to a scene of this big guy looking at the cameras. And I thought, two and two together, oh, okay, she's going to disable them so they can move around freely. But then that didn't make sense. But then that wasn't the case anyway. And if she was just going to direct him, like, why did she need to go inside in order to pull up that stuff on her laptop? Why couldn't she just, help him eliminate the guards outside? But then, I don't know, maybe this other guy in the truck, the guy with the sniper, should have been the guy on the thing. And he was directing both of them, him and her on the inside, instead of her helping him kill the guys at first and then just kind of stop. And I don't know. I guess it was fine. I mean, this is just kind of the stuff going through my mind. And then you had this thing that she saw on the wall here, and it was like, I don't know what this is. Did they ever explain what this was? Was it a timer? This thing went off as a timer, and it messed up the electricity system and turned all the lights red. And the girl with the black hair said, "We have a rogue element here." And so this must have been set up by the chick who's a 5 out of 10. And yeah, okay, that's fine. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about her killing him at the end there. She was out of the movie for so long. She was only introduced at the very beginning, and then she showed us what a horrible shot she was. She was definitely trying to kill this guy, but then they moved on to this different, you know, with our main actors, and I just kind of forgot about her. So when she showed up there at the end, you know, she wants this guy dead. I still don't know what discount Mark Ruffalo's role was. Like, who is like, what was he doing? Like, what is his... I actually don't know. I'm sure they mentioned it and I just wasn't paying attention. But they needed him for something, the bad guys, and they captured him. They needed to simplify that a little bit. Like, when they're doing this briefing here or whatever in this scene right here, and the main actor says something like, yeah, they've captured, like, this scientist who created a magical bomb, and we need to go in and rescue him while simultaneously stopping this main villain. You know, something. Maybe they did say that, but I just kind of got lost. Maybe that's my fault. Overall, and anything else, the music was good. It was all shot. I like the action. I wish it was longer. I feel like with this production value and the characters, I really do feel like if you give Mr. Jordan here, Mr. Critical Drinker, if you gave him, and he had the budget and the time, and you gave him an hour and 50 minutes or 2 hours, I think that this could have been panned out a lot better, and I think it would be good, better than what it is. I think it's okay now for what it is, but yeah, especially here at the end too. Like, you have an extra several minutes. I guess that's fine. That's fine. I really like the music choice at the end. I didn't like this shot, though, of her riding away at the end here, because her face is all smushed up. You have to put the glass on, that's the reflective glass, so that you can't see her face. That way she looks cool. Otherwise, if you can see her face, it's all smushed up like this. And I guess they wanted to do that because they gave this little flashback here of us showing him save her. Really, I don't know how much that contributed. I mean, maybe she was thinking about it. Maybe she was thinking about when he saved her. What you could have done is like this shot right here. Give her the reflective visor, and as she's riding away on the motorcycle, you just slowly kind of zoom into her helmet as she's riding away. So, and then you show the flashback. So it would tell us like, oh, this is what she's thinking right now. And it would have the same effect. But they zoomed in on this look right here. Where is it? Where is it? It's the smushed face. The smushed face, and this looks kind of silly. I don't know. So, yeah, and I'm not sure how I feel about her killing the villain at the end. I feel like there's a better way to do that, or would have been a better choice story-wise, but I'm not sure. Maybe it works, maybe it's fine, I don't know. But I feel like there's some element here that we're missing. But overall, I liked it. I thought this was good. I enjoyed it. I think I would never be able to do this. This is a YouTuber, man. This is a guy who has been criticizing films and movies, and he's a great critic. And I've learned a lot from just watching him. And he's an author of a buttload of books, and a very successful guy. And I think this was a success, despite my criticisms. And again, I'm nobody. I don't have... You know, I'm just a regular YouTuber, just a regular guy. So, you know, take my criticisms with a grain of salt. But overall, I did enjoy it. I was not bored once through this. And I was interested to see what happened. And to the point to where I do want more. I want to know, I would have liked to have seen this in a couple hours. In a couple hour movies in a movie theater. So I thought it had some pretty good elements. A few critiques here and there, but I'm glad I watched this. And I think you should go watch it too. I'm going to put a description of it in the description. I'm going to put a link to his channel. I think it's on his channel. It's called Rogue Elements TV series Proof of Concept. and he's got a butt ton of books and stuff. They're called, are they called Rogue Elements? I don't know what they're called. I haven't read any of them. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts. And I hope you like this video. I hope I can get this out by Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a comment in this comment box below. And don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when my new videos drop. I talk about movies, gaming, TV shows, anime, and all kinds of pop culture stuff. And I really appreciate it. And so, guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a great freaking day.